Hey everybody, it's Maria. Welcome back to my channel. This is my first outdoor video unboxing in 2023. It is now April, which I love spring. And so I'm happy that it's a nice warm day that I can be out here with you and unbox this. Now, full disclosure, I started to open it and then realized it wasn't something that we ordered, it's something that was sent to me. So I didn't open up the inside, I just realized it and put it back. I don't even know the name of this company, but I'll try to look it up and maybe put it on the video on the screen. But they reached out to me via Facebook and asked if I would like to make a video of one of their musical instruments called Tempo or Tempi. So listen, I love music, so I said, sure. So let's hope that I can make some music with it and that it's worthwhile. So let's take a look. Let me put my coffee down. All right. Well, now we know the company name. Synido. TempoPAD. That was pretty close. There are 16 pads of various colors and a few knobs and even a transport feature. So I don't know if it records it or you need something else to record it, but I'm going to read the back to you. It says 16 velocity and pressure sensitive pads with RGB backlights, and that's red, green, blue. I think that's just what that means. 2 modes of assignment, easily to send note, CC, and PC events. 6 transport buttons, fast forward, fast rewind, stop, record, play, pause, loop. 4 360-degree potentiometers work in 3 groups as 12 controllers. Each can send CC, channel, after, or pitch bend event. 2 Type C is good, ports, and 1 1/8-inch TS MIDI connector, providing versatile connections to computers. So I think the TS MIDI is when it's like, looks like a regular, it doesn't look like a 5-pin MIDI, those round ones. It looks more like a little 1/8-inch cable jack, which then you have to attach to like a MIDI thing. 2 types, and it says you can connect it to computer, phone, or iPad, which is good because I would connect it to either a phone or iPad. Comes with supporting computer control software and visual access to assigning functions on the device. All right, there it is. I'm going to open it, see if we can just look at it, at least the aesthetics of it. And then obviously I'm going to have to read the directions and see how I can use this to make music. Free expression, voice for love. I'm not sure what that means, but okay. Okay, they give you they actually give you this adapter. I see it right away, so I'm going to show you, because otherwise you do have to buy it, and I think they're about $15 online. So this is what you need. This is the TS MIDI adapter. So it's for instruments that don't have the 5-pin MIDI, which is this. So what you do is then you take your regular MIDI jack and put it here, the male goes into the female, and then you can connect it to different equipment. So that's actually very helpful that they give us this. And I will tell you that some equipment is type A and some is type B for this. So I know like Arturia, like it might not work if you have something like this, but on a Korg. So it's kind of odd, but usually they provide it, or you can find out from the internet which one you need. So it's good that you have it. This is your Type C, which is nice. It's becoming more universal. This Type C jack going to the Type A, okay? My equipment, my iPad is still Lightning. I have an old iPad. They give you instructions, which I definitely will need. Nice and thin. This is good. It doesn't take up a lot of space. I like the purple. Okay, and so it's Type C connection here, which is actually pretty good because most of your equipment Like, I know I have to still use the Type A to connect to my iPad with an adapter, but the Type C connection on a piece of equipment is so much better than the micro USB, which I'm not going to say, but I have a number of really great instruments that use that, and it's crazy. I've even had interfaces that disconnected from it and then ruined the whole song. So you don't, this is better. Type C is definitely better. And that's the back of it. This is where you would put the MIDI here. It says MIDI out. Okay, and that means that there's no sound in this. You're going to get the sound from a source. DC 5 volt, I guess you can use this with a battery brick, I'm assuming, as well as maybe an outlet if you had this type of connection, which most people do, have those kind of dongles, if you will, or wall warts, I guess they're called. There's your power, okay. There's the USB-C. This is where you connect it to the computer or iPad. Let's look at the front. Okay, obviously they're not colorful yet. I don't know, I might have to program them. There's some sub menus, it looks like, where you'd probably have to hit a shift button or something like that, and you can get the sub menu. These are the numbers of the pads. So how do they go? 13 is here. It's really weird. 1, 2, 3, 4. It goes up. Okay, whatever. And then the sub menus are swing, octave up, down, up, quarter inch. I guess these are tempos, 16th, 18th. Yeah, it looks like the rest is just swing and tempo. Your transport functions here. I guess modes, we'll have to find out about that. Maybe that has to do with that. And I guess there are different banks, so that you can probably save templates and stuff. All right, so this is what it looks like. And we're going to take a moment, close the video, and read the instruction manual, which is nice that I don't have to download it. They gave it to us. Sorry, trees. And hopefully be back with some music. Okay guys, I just want to show you a little bit of this in action, and I want to say that it really feels nice and everything works as it should, except I don't know enough about this particular type of device or Logic Pro, which is where I'm in. I got it to recognize it by choosing it as its input and setting up as an external device in here. But I'm just going to show you what it sounds like, record something. I personally could not get the transport to work with this. I don't know why. It's definitely, I tried to do MIDI learn and I could see that the light's going on and off, but I can't get it to actually record. So I'm not really sure why, but I'm going to just turn it on there to record, and you'll hear how I set it up with the drum pads, okay? This is just a kit in Logic. Let me show you what it looks like. No, not that. That's just that's not it. It's this one, Ultra Beat, okay? So it goes from the bottom up, the 16 pads. So here, I'll give you a demonstration of each one, and you could see it light up on here. And I changed the color too, if you could see that. That worked really well. And then I noticed that on the second bank of pads, which you choose over here, now it's the second bank, it's the bass, which is up here. I'm sure there's a way to change that to something else. And it's just the bass again, higher up for the third bank right here. That's the higher bass. So there's your drum set, second bank, bass. And that's the higher one, okay? So we'll go back to the red is the first one. I just did red, white, sort of blue, but... Okay, so let's try to record something. I'll take it. Okay, so I did it with the pads. Now I'm gonna practice before I record over it. Actually, I'm gonna loop this now, like that. See? So now I have a bunch of this for a song. I'll do like, I don't know, I'll just do this for a while. Okay? And now I can play over it. So I will record. We'll just wing it, okay? All right, we're going to just keep that. I don't know why when I did that, I guess you can't do that. Okay, once it's, I guess you can't record over it unless it's not in a loop. It has to start with the main. Okay, so now we'll go to the synth part. Now, let's see what we could do with that. All right, so we're not going to loop it, and we're just going to wing it, and we're going to record this ARP over this drum and bass using the same controller. So let me go back a little so you can see it. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's interesting. Because it's MIDI, it's actually playing something different. That's really weird. Why is that? Wow, that's really weird. I don't know why I did that. So you can easily change it back to the one you want if that should happen. So there's our wonderful little track, bass ARP and some drums using this controller. So it's a really nice controller. In the right hands, I'm sure it'll be wonderful. So I don't hesitate in saying give it a shot, but I only give it a shot if you kind of know this type of like launchpad kind of controller, which I'm not familiar with. But I thank them for having some faith in me that I could represent it. At least I got to see it close up. It's kind of cool. Maybe I will use it for something. A little bit of fun. There you go. So we can do this. We can start it. We can even move this now. Okay, so we'll start it with the drums, and now hopefully I'll play you the actual finished product. There you go. Thanks so much for watching. A little aside, this is the little editor, which I can't make heads or tails of. But I was able to send to the hardware the different colors, and you just go over here and you can see the colors very easy. A color wheel comes up and right there, and then you can choose your color. I just wanted to share that with you real quick. There is a firmware update, but when you go to it, I'll show you. Is it here? If you go to here, it says firmware update. There is a firmware update. However, I'll show you the problem for me. It's all in Chinese, so I wouldn't know which one to pick. So I just got out of it because this works fine the way it is. And again, in the right hands, I'm sure it'll be perfect. Okay, take care.